Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Gummy, and we are powered by Rugby Department. And today, I have a special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Bulavinaka. My name's Seini Puamau. I'm from Nasangalau in Lakamba, one of a small but very beautiful island to the east of Fiji. And I am a lawyer and magistrate by profession.
Hmm. And how long have you been doing that profession?
I think it's about 16 years now in the law, 4 years as a magistrate.
Wow. And I have done some looking into your background, and I've noticed that you have a pretty decorated background in not only just different degrees in education and traveling that you've done. Would you like to go into a little bit of depth of where you've traveled and where you've gone to school and things like that?
Sure. So I received my primary education here in Fiji, in Suva, the capital. For 4 years, I was at Tuong State High, a high school in Brisbane. My mother was undertaking her PhD. I came back and went to Yatsen Secondary School. Did my law studies in Vanuatu, Amalis campus. I was fortunate enough to be able to do a BLESEC, in fact, to be able to do a postgraduate certificate in corruption studies in Hong Kong. Um, and a master's at Georgetown University in DC. And so, that's just been incredible experiences. And through work and for holidays, I've been able to travel to other countries in the South Pacific, Tuvalu, Solomon Islands, um, and for work and again for holidays, China, uh, Europe, Switzerland, particular, the United Kingdom, the United States for studies, and did some traveling while I was up there.
Mm.
So it's wonderful. I've really been blessed looking back.
Thank you for that. Yeah, that's actually a pretty impressive career that you've come up with so far, just education wise alone. And um, as a magistrate, have you been enjoying your career so far?
Yes, it's challenging. It's interesting, um, and I think it's useful work. I feel privileged, blessed to be able to do it.
Yeah, you're doing excellent work for the
Thank you.
community. And speaking of community, we're here today with Restoration Rugby Academy. And can you explain what you do or how you help out with Restoration Rugby Academy?
Um, I help from time to time financially with fees for tournaments. Not all the fees, just some. Whatever I can contribute from time to time. Not for every tournament, but the tournaments that I'm aware of and that it's within my budget to assist with. And if I am in Nandi, which is where the first academy was established, I make an effort, or I've been invited to meet with team members, have conversations, maybe encourage them, and just it's just kind of been an evolving relationship. Today, I'm able to come up to Lambasa for the launch of their second rugby academy, and just being able to sit and talk and encourage and support um, what Restoration Academy is trying to do has been a blessing for me. I hope it's also been of some use to them.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, when I was inside taking a nap and then decided to finally wake up.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you very much. It is the 16th of July. It is my birthday, and this is our first day in, first official day in Lambasa. And when I woke up from my nap after being late, I heard that I heard you were giving a little bit of financial literacy to the young men of the academy. Could you explain kind of what you were talking about into that?
So um, they all have dreams. I mean, they're part and parcel, and they're part of the Rugby Academy because um, they see real benefits to themselves, to them, in terms of just fitness, community, But there's a component about being able to do more than just rugby. It's about using this as a vehicle maybe to go abroad for work, either as rugby players and through networking. There's work opportunities like the Pacific Labor Scheme that I've learned today is open up for them through contacts, rugby contacts in Australia. And I thought, what a tremendous thing. So the first question I asked Jerry, who's their manager marketing, is do they know how to budget? Are they taught how to deal with money? And he said, well, it's not something the club does, but I believe after today, it's something they'll look into. I hope. I trust. I believe. And so I just, we were having a get to know each other session, and I thought that would be a good opportunity to start talking about something very important, money. I mean, you can't talk about it, what money, religion, politics tend to divide, but in a setting like this, it can also unite. It's something that's of interest to everybody. So I just talked to them about what is money, how do you make it, how do you keep it, and when talking about how you keep it, well, you're talking about how you spend it, right? So you spend it on needs, wants. You got to spend it on needs, but maybe if you want to keep money, maybe you got to cut down on spending it on wants. And then we just talked about when you might want to stop making money. When would you like to stop working and just have your money work for you? And so we went through like these 4, 5 different questions, and we heard from the boys, and basically just getting them to think about money, about money in a useful, productive, meaningful way. And they have some remarkable goals. And we talked through that, and hopefully it's just the beginning of a series of conversations around important issues like money, relationship, work. I don't know anything about sports. I don't know anything about rugby. I mean, I had to learn what was it? A Bronco was, right? After you talked about how many Broncos you had to do and how your training in the States compared. So I don't know too much about sports, but what I do know about, what I feel might be of value to them to develop the holistic person, I'm happy to spend some time talking with them about.
Yeah, and I think you kind of put it best right there. Even though you have no real knowledge in rugby, you're not a big sports person. You can recognize, no, you can see that it has benefits to keeping really not just young men. I mean, if we were to able to start a program for young women as well, I mean, and get them involved. But as of right now, it's just men. Keeping them busy through playing sports and involving them in a community that's not just part of their village, but outside of their village. It grows their network, it grows their community, and it just keeps them from, getting bored. And it gets their mind right on, kind of, you have a set schedule, even if it's just a Tuesday, Thursday practice. Getting onto that schedule, you have to make training for those days, so make time for it. And eventually, what I've been told is that this program is to help find the men work. It's to assist them in finding work, finding potential educational opportunities or things like that. So, I think it's really good from my perspective that you are just explaining that to them, kind of getting them the wheels turning and thinking about the future. Because what I was told inside was, it's fairly common in Fiji to just take things a day at a time, which I think is good for a certain extent, but there's not really a lot of planning for the future. So I think, again, in conclusion of this little topic, I think just getting them thinking about it alone, and if the program can continue to assist them, it'd be great. Thank you for that. Yeah. So, another question. How was your day today?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
If you've never been to Lambasa, I recommend you come down or come up. It was wonderful. Got up early this morning. Just felt so relaxed, I think today's just a day to be. So much of our time is spent doing. Today was just a day of being with people, um, being in the moment, being in the present. Has been phenomenal. How's your day when it's your birthday? How does it feel to turn 1 year older?
I woke up and it feels really good. And again, just I woke up. I was just a little cranky. I can't even deny. I was a little cranky because we didn't go to sleep until 3 in the morning last night, and everybody was up playing music at 5 in the morning today. Like, so I woke up and I'm like, oh. So, but aside from the little bit of crankiness, no, my day has been amazing, and how can you be upset when you come from the desert and then you wake up to an environment like this? So I am very happy and just very happy to be here.
I think that's a forerunner to the next decade. I think you'll wake up feeling cranky and cranky as the years go by. And the trick is to kind of go, no, not today.
I'm not gonna let the day beat me. I'm gonna beat the day. Yes, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So I guess I have just a couple more questions, and then we'll just wrap this up, so then we could get back to the team and stuff. So from you not knowing anything about sports, not knowing anything about rugby, what interested you specifically about this program, and how did you come to know about it?
So I learned of it through a lawyer that did some work in the Nandi courts. Work, I don't live in Nandi. I dealt with a very specialized set of cases in Nandi. Um, I learned of it. I think there was a fundraising activity, and they were selling barbecue in order to make fees for a sporting tournament that they plan to participate in. And I liked the name, Restoration Academy. So I asked and said, what's this about? And when I learned that they were planning they had established an academy for the sole purpose of being positively impactful in the lives of young people, keeping them out of a life of crime if they were involved in a life of crime, maybe allowing this as a vehicle to divert them from being in conflict with the law to being law abiding, helping young men get kind of discipline that they need in order to succeed, not just on the field, but in life. All of these things spoke to me, and said I want to support. And how can I? And so just a conversation started, and and you know uh, the ability just to from time to time fit in where I could be useful. That's it's been a 1 year relationship. During COVID, um, there were a lot of needs that had to be met, both in my family and within the community of people that I knew in Suva. And so, it's just a matter of balancing out these different factors, considerations. But yeah, I love the concept. I'm grateful that there's now time and space to become more meaningfully involved, and I look forward to how that will work itself out. I'm not going to be on the rugby field unless it's as a spectator and a cheer person, but
Sometimes that's all we need, right?
right, well, hopefully. But I look forward to learning more about the academy, seeing the academy develop. I believe they have plans to expand to other parts of the country. Now, look, to be honest, the real work is being done by the committee, by the managers, by the coaches, and by the players themselves. I'm just a member of the community that's privileged, I think, blessed, in fact, to be able to, I think, like you, right? Join in and support and help where we can.
I think that's an excellent message, and thank you very much. So just another explanation. Uh, Restoration Rugby Academy was only started last year in 2021. So prior to that, COVID happened. So everybody knows what happened with that. And unfortunately, with Fiji, tourism being one of the biggest tourism being one of the highest.
Economic drivers.
Yeah, that's the word. Thank you. Economic drivers. A lot of the people who live in the villages work at the resorts, and they ended up losing their jobs, or at least their jobs being put on hold. So they were left with only farming, and some of the young men, if they weren't farming, they really didn't have anything to do. So there was a high potential for them to get into things that would just lead them down a path for potential trouble. And yeah, there we go. That's the word. And it really has just, this program coming out in 2021. It really, from what I've seen and what I've heard from testimonies from the committee, is that some of the players have shown like a full turnaround in how they are and how they've been since the program started.
Yeah.
And another thing is, with this program, this is 100% dry, so you're not allowed to drink kava, not allowed to drink alcohol, no smoking cigarettes, marijuana, anything like that. It's not only to promote discipline on the rugby field, but it's off the rugby field as well. And yeah, I think it's an important thing for young men to have at an early age, so then they can take that on to their everyday life. So that is what Restoration Rugby is about, and we'll get more word from our other interviews. But and final thing, our final topic, how do you feel the team's gonna perform in this upcoming tournament, and how do you think I'm gonna do?
Well, we have a secret weapon who's come all the way from the United States. So they are very disciplined. They train very hard. They've been rising steadily through the ranks, improving consistently. Their performance has been consistent, and it's been a consistent improvement. So hopefully, with our secret weapon here, we should be able to take home the big prize. No pressure.
So, in 1 week time, we are going to be playing in the Fiji Bitter Sevens tournament out here in Lambasa. I'm not sure if it's going to be live streamed. I will verify that. But if you guys feel like it, check it out. Please support Restoration Rugby Academy. Please support Rugby Department, and please support myself at the Gummy Void. And if you guys aren't having a great day, I hope you start to have one, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Take it easy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Actually, one more thing. Would you like to say hi to anybody on camera right now, or is there anybody that you'd like to give a big shout out to?
Well, look, hey, Jay and Todd, if you're watching in from Dallas. If you're not, I'll send you the link. And Domino. And tell my friends in the States, happy belated 4th of July. And, hope you all having a great time, a good time. Okay, doing what? I don't know. Living life. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
Bye.